Hello everyone, welcome to our Acharya YouTube channel. This is Ramkumar Kotoju. I teach physical science. In this session, we are going to discuss an important topic from our physical science textbook. Okay, then our today's topic is structure of atom. What is our topic? Structure of atom. It is an important topic in examination point of view also, or in other competitive examination point of view. Okay. So here you know that all matters are made by the atoms. All matters are made by atoms. You know that. So here the first atomic model was proposed by Dolton. The first ever atomic model was proposed by John Dolton. According to Dolton, atoms are indivisible. That means that they could not be divided into further small particles. So that is the smallest one. Ultimately the atom is smallest one. So we can't split into small pieces. And he said that atoms of a same element all are identical, and atoms of different elements are different. For example, all a chlorine, if you will take a chlorine, element chlorine, so all chlorine atoms are identical. If I take element oxygen, so all oxygen atoms are identical, but chlorine atom and oxygen atom are different. What he said, that the atoms of and elements are identical and atoms of different elements are different. So here chlorine is identical, oxygen is identical, but chlorine and oxygen is different. So this naturally led scientists to ask some questions. What questions? Why atoms of different elements are different? Or atom is indivisible? Atoms are too small to be seen with our naked eye. Scientists believed on indirect evidence to prove the extent of an atom. Since they could not see the atom, they could prove the properties of an atom on basis of experiments. And very soon they realized that atoms could gain or lose charges. During the electrolysis experiment, Michael Faraday, who is that? Faraday discovered that atoms were acquiring negative charge during electrolysis process. This discovery leads to raise some questions. How a neutral atom becomes electrically charged one? So these all questions are leads to an idea. Something must present in an atom, that particles are responsible to behave the atoms sometimes electrically charged one. So the particles there should be the smaller than the atoms. So finally this gave scope to the subatomic particles. What is that? Subatomic particles. What are subatomic particles? Subatomic particles means the particles which are present inside the atom. What is subatomic particles? The particles which are present inside the atom is known as subatomic particles. Right? Here we will discuss in this section mainly about three subatomic particles. Those are electron, proton and neutron. Here electron is the first subatomic particle discovered and studied. Okay, who discovered the electron? Electron is discovered by J.J. Thomson. You see, J.J. Thomson in year of 1897, and it is negatively charged particle. It is negatively charged particle and it designated with the symbol E minus. So E stands for electron, minus, it shows its charge, negative charge. The electrons occupy the space of volume of an atomic nuclei. Okay, electrons occupies around the nucleus, and electrons are transferred or shared between the atoms, and same atom of an elements are having the atom of same element or having the same number of electron. Like that, for example, chlorine contains 7 electrons, and one more chlorine atom is also contains 17 electrons, sorry. Okay, oxygen atom of an oxygen element contains 8 electrons, and one more oxygen atom of an oxygen element contains 8 atoms. But see, if we compare the chlorine and the oxygen, these two are different atoms and they have different number of electrons. Okay, and charge on electron is minus 1.60 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulombs, and mass of an electron is 9.05 into 10 to the power of minus 28 grams. Okay, it locates in around the orbitals. So electrons are located in orbitals. We will discuss about orbitals in this topic only. Okay, and proton. The father of proton is Rutherford. It is discovered in year of 1920. Okay, and charge of proton is positive, so this is positively charged one, and it is designated with P plus. So P stands for proton, plus stands for its charge, and the atomic number is given by the number of protons present in its nucleus. So based on the number of protons only we will allot the atomic number. That is the importance of a proton. And charge on proton is plus 1.60 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulombs. Okay, plus 1.60 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulombs is a charge on proton. Okay, its mass is 1.672 into 10 to the power of minus 24 grams. Its mass is 1.672 into 10 to the power of minus 24 grams, and its location, its position of the proton in an atom in nucleus. Okay, nucleus. Right, this is about proton. And next about one more subatomic particle, that is called neutron. So it is discovered by the James Chadwick. You see, James Chadwick, and the year of 1932. And it has no charge. So it is, the neutron is uncharged particle. Uncharged particle. So it is designated like N naught. So N stands for neutron, and this naught shows that it has no charge. And so what is the charge on neutron? So we will take it as 0. And what's about the mass? Sir, it has no charge, but it has a mass. So that is 1.674 into 10 to the power of minus 28 grams. 1.674 into 10 to the power of minus 28 grams. And the location in an atom of a neutron is it present in nucleus. It is also present in nucleus. This is about a subatomic particle. Briefly about the subatomic particles: electrons, protons, and neutrons. And here now we are going to compare these electrons, protons, and neutrons. Once see here. So what is the relative charge on electron? We will take it as -1, and relative charge on proton we will take it as +1. Relative size or relative charge we will take it to easy to calculate. Okay. So see here, these electrons and protons are having the similar charge, same charge. Okay, that's why atom is in neutral. Okay, atom is electrically neutral. Dolton says that atom is electrically neutral. Why it is electrically neutral? Then the subatomic particle called electron and proton both are having the equal charge. Okay, Nana? Right? One is positive, one is negative, one is positive. Right? Equal in magnitude, but opposite charges. Okay, equal in magnitude, but opposite charges. So that's why atom is neutral. When it is neutral, when equal number of protons and equal number of electrons, which atom is having the equal number of electrons and protons, then the atom is in neutral. For example, the atom is having the 10 electron, one atom is having the 10 electron, then it should contains 10 protons, then only the atom, given atom X is neutral. Okay, electrically neutral. For example, an atom Y is contains 15 electrons, then the how many protons should be? The 15 protons, then only the atom Y is in electrically neutral. Okay, and one more. So here, if we compare the mass of the electron and the mass of the proton. So here the mass of the, according to these values, when we compare the mass of the electron and the mass of the proton, its mass, electron's mass is very negligible, very smaller. So approximately we will take the mass of the electron, the relative mass of the electron, we will take it as 0, right? But its relative mass we will take it as 1. Which one? Protons. Right? If we see the neutron, so almost slightly the neutron is heavier than the proton, then its relative mass will also be taken as 1. So that's why these two are equal in mass. Right? So that's why the mass of the atom depends on the mass of the atom is calculated by the sum of the protons and neutrons. Sum of the protons and neutrons will give the atomic weight. Right? The number of protons will give the atomic number. Like the atomic mass is given by the sum of the protons and neutrons. And one more thing we have to notice that the proton is located in the nucleus and neutron is also located in the nucleus. So the protons and neutrons together to form a nucleus. Right? The nucleus is formed by the protons and neutrons. The nucleus contains only the protons and neutrons. Okay, right? So this is today's session. In our next session, we are going to discuss how these electrons are distributed in an atom. Right? That we are going to discuss in our next session. Okay? So please subscribe our Acharya Edu channel and like the video and share the video. Thank you one and all.